Welcome to another tutorial by Psycho Trucker on spedv. Today we're going to look at the contour screen, job planning and assigning jobs. Right, as you see, first of all on the planning screen, these are all my trailers. Here it will tell you the location of those trailers. There are four ways you can do jobs on here. You can either go to the normal ETS2 freight market, you can go to the external market, we have offered freights, and we have external freights which are called offered trips by different companies. You can click on this and add it to your thing. As long as this first one says true, then you can go and do that trip. So going back to our trailers in a simple mode, you can pick jobs in different ways. So say this trailer here, PT5, is in Exeter. It is only 27 tons, so it can go to any company, yellow or white. If I click on that, it will automatically take me to all jobs leaving Exeter, no matter where they're going, how much weight. And there's at the bottom here, you see there's 3 pages, so there's 99 jobs, all going around England, Denmark, France, anywhere that's on here. So to start off with, at the top we have the start destination from. We have a little slider here, so say there's not much there, you can move it out and it will, you see the little numbers change at the top. And then now we've got as far as Cardiff to pick up from, just by changing the slider for this. It sort of like expands the search area. Then you've got your 2, so that would be your destination. So if I move that one back to 0, say we want to go somewhere near Scotland. Scroll down, you can see there's all different destinations from the whole of the map. Just to say Hawes, as you see, it will just do its little search thing, but there's nothing going to Hawes from Exeter. So we can expand the search a bit, expand the destination, and then we got Exeter to Carlisle, Swansea to Carlisle. So you could pick a couple of jobs, say 1.5 tons from Exeter, or you can pick 17.5 tons from Carlisle. Maximum on the single trailers, which are yellow, is 27.5 tons. So we type in the maximum weight, 27.5, and if I pick this one, 14.5 tons and 1.5 tons, it will deduct whatever I select off of this end figure at the top here in weight. Just delete this out the top. Okay, pick somewhere, say Glasgow. You can also start typing the name of the city you want to go to. GLAS, and as you see it's already popped up. Just click on that, click enter, and it will search all jobs from Exeter to Glasgow. You can zoom out on the top here and then you'll get one right there going to Perth, Edinburgh. So we've got quite a selection now. So let's have a look at making up a multi-load. So we've got Exeter, click accept offer. We've got London or Cardiff. Let's see, let's go to Cardiff, then I can go to Swansea afterwards. As you can see, the weight's got up to 24.5 tons now. So you take the 14 tons just to show you what happens if you've got any excess weight. Right, all those jobs should have jumped to the planning screen now. There we go, at the top here. You can see the date of expiry here, which is one of the main bits of information you need to know. So you need to know how fast you need to get it done. Right, so start off. I've got my trailer here in Exeter. So first place to go would be 4 farmers, which is this job here. We can drop down and show the map, and it will show us where we're going to and from. And as you see, the end destination at the top there in red, and the cargo pickup point down here, which is hasn't got a place symbol because we haven't actually got the trailer in place yet, or allocated. So first drop, Exeter 4 farmers. So that's originally going to Perth, but we want to go via Swansea or Cardiff first. So if I click it to go to Cardiff first, so we can pick up the smaller load, and as you see it says assigned, but no one has that trip yet. If I click it down, click username, I've got selection of drivers I can click and click assign to driver.
The next contour part is ready to be driven. 1000 kilograms from Exeter, GB, 4 farmers, to Cardiff, GB, Steinbrook, dot.
So if you're going to do the whole line, I would put, if you're putting it to a driver, just put their name at the top here, and it will automatically assign all jobs to that person. So next one, so we're at Cardiff, we want to go to Swansea. So we'll scroll along the list. This will include all storage depots of my partners and mine. So any partnerships you have, their depots will be usable on here as well. So we've got Swansea Trimeri. As you see there, now we've got 3 tons. So that's 2 tons plus 1 ton. And it adds it all up together. You can drop it down and it will actually tell you what loads you have on here. You can remove one. If say you want a certain load to go, you can click to remove one and it will leave it there, and then continue with more of the other load. So from Swansea we're going to nip over to Cardiff. Might not be in the right order, but this is just a demonstration to show you how you can do it and how easy it is. Right, so we've got Cardiff, Steinbrook. So then we've got our destinations now. If you're not very good with the map, you can move your little map down, and then you see that tells me where Perth is. That tells me where Oban is, so that Oban's to that side of Perth, and Glasgow is down below. So we want to go to Glasgow first because that's the first place on the list. So on here we've got our Glasgow ITCC and Glasgow ITCC. So I'll click that for the first drop. As you see, it's gone green now because it's been allocated, and the map will zoom in. And we've got Oban, which is just up there, so we can go up there or over to Perth first. I think I'll go to Oban first, drop that lot off. And then off to Perth. As you can see now, all of them are green, so that means they've all been allocated, but they haven't been delivered yet. So, close that little bit of the screen, check, make sure it's all allocated to me. 15 tons, then down to 1 ton from Oban. Right, so say, let's see if I can find anything going more over to Perth from Oban. Or nearby even. There we go. I'll do all this from now from Oban. So I could go back to Glasgow with this one here, add a bit of interest, different driving around. There's plenty of smaller deliveries if you want to make up some nice multi-drops if you like driving around. You can also pop out a map on this screen, so click on Glasgow. I know where I am. We've got Glasgow and then up to Perth or Dumfries, which is right further down. Edinburgh. Oh look, just below Perth. So if I go Oban, I'll pick that one just to add on some extra interest. Back to the planning screen. Right, so I've already made up my job, but I want to add one in between Oban and Perth. So if I want to remove that one, I'll just click delete that part of the trip. Now I'm back at Oban, so I click the pop out, scroll across. So I can pick up from Stokes, I am at now, and then I want to go to post speed. There's post speed, click on that. This method of doing multi-drops is a bit more advanced. It involves a couple of minutes of thinking about where you want to go and planning, but you could make up a run for 2 days, 1 day, 4 days. Different drivers can jump in and take bits of it. It adds more interest. It may seem complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it after a day or two, you'll be flying through these, picking click, click and click. Right, off to Edinburgh GB Euro goodies. If you want to, you can just zoom that across if you can't see the name. And then I want to go to Perth post speed again. Now that has made up a nice little multi-drop job. If you just want to pick something going a longer distance with a fuller load, say I've got 42 tons trailer here in Zaragoza, so where do I want to go? Let's have a look what we've got. Right, as you see, you've got white and yellows. If you just want only doubles, click at the top and you have this here, near doubles, which will give you a list of all the double trailer only destinations, which is white to white. I'll take that off, then scroll down. There's a lot of small jobs there. I can click on, because I've only got the 8.5 still left. It thinks I'm doing on the other one. Now I've deleted that, we've got a few more, so we'll find some bigger jobs with more weight. Like here you've got 72 tons, that would be 2 trips to Tartu. Say two people can go for a little convoy drive, 702,000 euros. 47, so if I put 42 at the top here, you don't have to do that, you can just scroll through. I'm just showing you the different ways you can do it. There you go, got one here, 39.5 going to Zagreb, 25 to Rotterdam. So say, go to Rotterdam, is there anything else going near that way that's a bit smaller that I can take as well? maybe not on there, but if I click down on the where I'm going destination, scroll to R, right down. Right, let's zoom out a bit. It gives us more of an option. No. There we go. Got one going to Liège, which would be in the area, or a drive through maybe, or you can just delete the Zaragoza bit. And then it will just show you everything going to Rotterdam. So Napoli, it's in Italy, so we're going from Zaragoza, so we could be going through there and pick that up on the way. So you just click that one and then that, click accept offer, then click on that one, accept offer, and add them to your trailer on the route. So back to the planning of the trip we done just now up to Scotland. Right, we've now got that all set up. It's all set up here. So I'll shrink. You can shrink each individual job in and out by clicking these little arrows. You can even allocate the trailer name, and then the driver has to unallocate it from himself. So I'll click on the My Load screen now, and you'll see all my jobs listed here. Click on the top one and click on whichever save game I want to send it to. Like this is my multiplayer. I've got my second multiplayer account for Pro Mods only. Then I've got my single player account which has Rust maps, Romania extended and Southern region, and it also has Turkey. So if I want to make extra mileage, instead of catching loads of ferries, I can drive all the way around through Turkey to get to the Middle East. So I'll click that, I click my auto save, I'll go down to the bottom and click add jobs to save. So you'll see the little dots going across, wait for them to go across first. And then in the bottom right here you're looking for a little green box to pop up which would say contour tasks added successfully. And you can see that contour tasks added successfully. Now I'll click on the drive screen and I will move my screen across so I can get my Truckers MP started and just pause the video a second. Right, now back in the game screen, I'm just going to look up the job, check, make sure it's gone in there. Select where I'm going from, Exeter, there we go, Exeter to Cardiff, copper roof gutters. It will either come up as copper roof gutters in multiplayer, or in single player it will come up as FPH Stuckgut, or sometimes copper roof gutters. All jobs made by spedv come up as copper roof gutters. So I'm just going to get the truck ready to drive off to pick the trailer up around the corner. As you'll see in the bottom right, I've got my spedv overlay for spedv Plus, which basically gives you all the information you need, where you can set it to have the nearest petrol station, the nearest ferry port you're going to, how far away the petrol station is. It will tell you all your tasks. You can set it to one task, no tasks. It will display your Spotify, all music, any music that's next song, and it will supply tongue tied. It will even display your Twitch, so if you've got a new follower, stuff like that, it will show up on the screen. When picking up the job, there is two main things you need to listen out for when she speaks to you. Is task started successfully and task contour task finished or completed successfully. So I'm going to take the job. So that's my trailer. Where is it? It's hiding in here. There it is. See it in white. You can change the trailer types, colours. You can't use flatbeds, but you can use dry vans and stuff like that. You can't really fit palletised goods on flatbeds unless you're strapping it down, but not the type they use here for vehicles. I'm just going to pause a second and try and switch over to the other screen so I can show you what's going on.
The task was started successfully.
Typical. Right, back to the truck screen. As you can see, my spedv overlay has now expanded with my jobs which I've collected. You can set it, like I say, to show 2 jobs, 1 job. You don't obviously need the petrol station to show you where the nearest one is, so you can shrink the screen down by removing items from its display, and then you can carry on driving to your next pickup point, which is what I will do now. I will pause the game and then drive over to Cardiff and then restart. Right, we've now got to the end of the job. I'm sitting on the little green symbol. As you can see on the spedv screen, I now have a finishing line flag, which means I've completed more than 80% of the mileage, so I'm good to finish. So I will click to do a quick park, and then you will see the screen and spedv will suddenly change, hopefully. Yep, and there you see the green tick. You see the little progress bar above the green tick. Wait until that has got all the way to the right hand side and it has said task completed successfully. Then we can carry on to the next task.
The next contour part is ready to be driven, 3,000 kilograms from Cardiff, GB, Steinbrook, to Swansea, GB, Trimeri, . The task was completed successfully.
Right, go to current company job offers only, unless you're finishing there. As you can see, there's the trailer. I can change it to all sorts. I'll take the smaller just to start it off. So then you can easily pick out which job is yours. So here you go, copper roof gutters again. To pick up 8 tons now, because we've got 2 loads on. We've got the load from Exeter and the load from Steinbrook. So now we're going to drive down to Trimeri. And I will switch the screen over so you can see the other screen. Just drive down and pick up the other trailer. You should be able to see part of the truck screen and part of the spedv screen. And then if you listen out, you will hear the lady pipe up with information once I've picked up the trailer, and you should see the start part. As you see, it's paused at the moment because I haven't got no trailer. Push up, and then on the left you will see let's go. There we go, picture of the truck you're using, what the mileage is. Once you start driving a bit, it will change, as you can see.
The task was started successfully.
Drive around a bit to get that bit going. Once you've got that bit going, you know you're good to go to the next destination. I will pause the video, do one more finishing end, and then go and complete the job and come back and finish the recording at the end. Right, and we're now coming up to Trimeri, which is the next drop off and pick up. As you see with multi-loads, you will see the weight starts going up as we pick up more and more stuff. So it's more real life. Right, when getting to the drop off point, I always leave it on this screen for a bit just to make sure the tick has gone across, because if you need to take a screenshot, as you see on the spedv screen, you can upload a screenshot if you have a problem with a drop off point. So say it says, oh, you can't carry on here because there's an error, or you can't pick up trailer or something, you can click on there, upload a screenshot, and one of the spedv support guys will have a look at it and then
the next kontor part is ready to be driven, 17,000 kilograms from Swansea, GB, Trimeri, to Cardiff, GB, Steinbrook. The task was completed successfully.
As you hear, we've got our confirmation, so we'll move on to the next pickup. We'll take a Trimeri curtain cider and Schmaltz this time. Change it up. Changing the trailer, you can always then tell if there's a lot of trailers there, but like I say at the top, copper roof gutters. It may say 8 tons, but we've got more than 8 tons on. That's just for the multiplayer tasks. And next we will be off to Cardiff. I'm not recording the drive time part of it because that will make the video way too long. I'll just do the important bits like the drop off and the pick up, what to look out for, what to do. Like you might get it where some people, they'll drive all around the country just to get to one place, and you might get to somewhere, you check the mileage and your sat nav says 76 kilometers and spedv may say 156. To avoid any errors, you will need to do 156 kilometers, so by driving around the block.
The task was started successfully.
To finish. If you're on Trucksbook or VT log on it, as you know, all the miles count, so it all adds up. So it'll make your company boss more happier. Right, so I'm just going to drive out now. This task has been started. And I'll pause the video until we get to the end of the actual start doing the drop-offs. Right, welcome back. I've just pulled into a petrol station just to show you the filling up and what happens on the spedv screen, how you can adjust the price, but I wouldn't take the mickey, otherwise you could get banned for fiddling your fuel. As you see on the spedv overlay, I've got the Spotify bit at the bottom, it just shows you the track that's playing at the moment. You can turn this on and off in the settings. There are a lot of other bits you can turn on and off. As you can see on there, it says 0.7% in the damage at the bottom. It's just to show you basically what will show up. The more damage, you'll see a minus 0.00 euros. That will raise the more damage you put on the trailer over a certain level. Right, now I'm going to go on to the refuel bit. Fill up and you should hear a pipe up in a minute.
The gas station was recognized automatically and will be charged at a rate of €1.46 per litre.
So as you can see, the price on the screen doesn't exactly match up to the pump price. So I'm just going to skip out the game and go over there. Click the delete button or remove it. You need to know how much you're doing roughly, so we want 557. You type in 557 on the keypad and it will even tell you the last person who filled up there, and what date and time.
You have refueled 436 litre and your company has been charged €557.
There are different voices to it. You can, I've changed mine, and it's the American sided voice, and there is another one which speaks more English. So now I've filled up, I've shown you how to change the price per litre so you can get the correct amount. I will now continue to drive and pause when I get to the end, or unpause should I say. Right, we're just coming up to the drop off point. Now I'm going to drop the trailer off and I'm going to simulate another driver taking the delivery on. So you can see how you can easily just switch from driver to driver. Someone else wants to finish it off if this guy's got to go work, have his lunch, and you can switch between single player. So I'll just drop the trailer off and then I will pause the game, load into another profile and single player, and show you how easy it's done. As always, wait for the little green slider bar you see going across the screen above the tick. Hopefully you can see it and I haven't messed my screen up again. And then you'll get task completed successfully. Once that's done, you know it's perfect.
The next kontor part is ready to be driven, 15,000 kilograms from Glasgow, GB, ITCC, to Oban, GB, Stokes, dot. The task was completed successfully.
See, truck parked up, different truck completely to what when we load in next time, and I will see you in a couple of minutes once loaded into the other profile. Alright, just loading in now. Should see the truck appear any second now. There we go. Just to show you we're on a different truck and single player, simulating a different employee taking on the job. As you can see, we're in the T-cab.
The gas station was recognized automatically and will be charged at a rate of €1.24 per litre.
Right, last time we were in Mercedes. Right, now I'm just going to dig out the job. There we go. As you see there, it says FPH Stuttgart now, because I'm in single player. Right, I'll just select the job, drive over to pick it up. Excuse the lights, and I'm single player, so not really much of a bother. Right.
You forget to enter the fuel costs manually. This can lead to fines.
There you go. Even though I didn't go to the pump, when you spawn with new trucks and stuff, you usually go to the fuel pump and pretend you're filling up, even if you don't need to. Alright, as you will see on the single player screen, there are different painted trailers from different companies around the spedv system. I'm just going to take the basic spedv one. If you make your own skin on the spedv template, you can upload that and that will be put on your trailers, so when you come to here you'll see your own trailer skins on there. And then you see our trailer, so goes over and pick it up As you can see, that's the tray, that's the goods we dropped off earlier. Ready to rock and roll off to the next delivery, and I'll pause it there until later once I've finished it all and do a quick recap. Right, welcome back. We're just going to simulate another driver change. So you can see you can change as many drivers as you want. You can do the whole line of jobs. They can change between each other, like one's bored, he wants to go off or have his lunch. Another driver comes on and thinks, oh, I'll do a bit of that, so he takes over. And then the other driver comes off, oh, I'll go and take that bit over. So as you can see, we're in a different truck now, and I will carry on and pick up the next part of the load. So it seems a bit complicated sometimes at first, but once you get to know the basics of what you're doing, the main screens you use are the kontor screen for making up the jobs, dishing them out to different drivers, and they can then, because it's all based on a web server, not in just one computer, anyone can come onto the web server, take the job, download it to their save game, and then away they go. So it's not just restricted to one person having to send it round everywhere. Once it's uploaded to the web server, when you make up your jobs, pick them up, anyone can pick them up from around the world. Any company, if you put them on external market, any of your partners can pick them up, like partnerships can pick them up from the internals if you set them to have that permission, and it's just like you all work together. Then it makes for a much better game. You've got different people, you can play single player, multiplayer, and you can switch between both. You can make up a small convoy, or if you want a planet, you can make up a big convoy.
The task was started successfully.
I'll go off now and finish this one and get to the end of all the deliveries, and then I'll be back. As I just found a little trick here, this delivery is actually under 1 kilometre. It says 0 kilometres. If you ever see this on the screen, do not drive straight to the drop-off destination because it's only down the road. When you drive out, just drive off to the other direction quickly, ram a car. That's what happens, you're doing some recording and you're trying to rush a bit. Once you drive out and you see your spedv screen will go up to 1 kilometre, then you can sort of like drive around the block and back towards the drop-off point. And just drive around here and check to make sure. It says 2 kilometres now, so that's perfect. Minimum drive is 1 kilometre, so I always do 2 just to make sure. I will drive around the block back to the drop-off point, which I'd say was a very, very short distance down the road. And once I get there, I should get a finished task completed instead of a you cannot drive 0 kilometres on the job. Sometimes when you're doing these recordings, you do forget little bits until something pops up like that and you're like, ah, I forgot about that. Hopefully I should get the correct response now. When the little green slider finishes going across. So basically I had a bit of a hiccup there where it was only 0 kilometers. If you do get a problem like that, you just go onto your planning screen. You can click the drop down, and here where it says delete trip, or it'll say wait and try, it will have reset trip. So just click the reset trip, go back to your drive screen, and then where the job would be on there and you'd have the tick, you just press the cross, then the cross again, and it will say do you really want to cancel the job. Then you click yes, and then the trip will reset and you can go back and do it. It's only over a couple of kilometers because people were trying to cheat and fly across the map in their sort of like different dev modes and do deliveries without doing any miles. So they brought in this little technique that makes sure you actually do a bit of driving. So now I can go back to the drive, now that's sorted, and you know a bit of a basic support maneuver to get you out of a situation. Okay, so we've got to this next delivery. I'll go on to another quick support maneuver. When you're on this screen, take a screenshot with your F12, then just jump out the game over to your other screen, locate where you have your screenshots, which for me is over here. Date and time, it should be that one, yep. Pictures. Right, so I'm just going to show you a little support note. I completed the job, but someone's been driving around the block on small roads. So as you see there, it says 276 kilometers, where I've driven 219. So it's given me you must drive 80% of the trip. So that's why I suggested before, check your mileage of what the distance is to the actual distance your sat nav is giving you. So I'm just going to show you, I've taken a screenshot on the screen which shows you your experience and stuff. So now I'm going to upload the screenshot. It is. Open. Cross. Try again. Right. Upload screenshot. So get it prepared beforehand, so you can just click open, and then that will be there, and that's done before the slider gets across. As you can see at the bottom right, it says not enough kilometers driven, even though you've driven the distance, because when drivers drive on small roads, it will give you this error because your mileage is lower than the mileage calculated by them. Basically you just upload the screenshot and they'll move the trailer on and the goods. I'll show you it on the task screen as well. You can do exactly the same thing. Upload a screenshot, upload, and see the yellow dots going across the top where it's uploading. And I'll sit there, hopefully the bot will pick it up quick enough, or a support guy who's playing. Right, well, luckily support came back quite quickly. They moved the job on now, all completed. Now I'm going to go into the game and set up a normal freight market job so I can show you how to settle the task on it. Right, now back into multiplayer. I've just got to do a small job here. As you can see, pick one here. And we've got the roof gutters as well. And that's going from Glasgow to Oban on the freight market. So just going to select the job. And get the right screen. Right, so I'm going to pick up the job now. Basically it's the same, it's just at the ending part where you have to confirm the task if it doesn't settle straight away. The start part's just the same. There we go, you should see it started now.
The task was started successfully.
So I'll pause and to the other end. Right, just coming into Manchester now. If above the green checkered flag you see it says cool down, which I tried to keep on there, but as soon as the speed limit come in it disappeared. You will have to wait the time before you can go in and complete the job. So if you've been driving at 120 kilometers an hour sort of thing, it will give you the same. Right, now I'm going to drop the trailer off, see if it comes up with a different task on the screen at the top. Little green bar to go across. Oh, let's complete it. Let's see.
The task was completed successfully.
Oh, yeah, I've got the task screen. I'll just pause and swap the screens over properly. Right, back on the spedv screen here, you'll see I've done a freight market job. At the top here in tasks, we now have a red 1. So we just need to go in there. There's the task there, Glasgow to Manchester. Tells you all the bits, the costing, everything like that. As you can see from this one, value was 18,000, we made 15,000 from it. You just go down the top, bottom here. If there's a problem with mileage and you don't like it, you can click delete task, because some jobs are too small, they don't make enough money to bother about, so you can just delete it. Or you go over to this green one here and click settle task, and the task is settled. That's usually done by the owner or people with privileges to do that. And that will conclude today's video. I will do another one for bulk transport and splitting loads to smaller companies on the ATS stream, which will be the next stream available.